All right, welcome into the weekly mixing stream. We are back after a week off. I was down, down in Florida, out of town. If you're interested to see any of that stuff, it's probably on. My brother has a roller coaster channel, so I mean you could go look at that. It's Great Lake Coasters if you want to see my adventures in Florida. But other than that, we're back with a new song here. This is called Telephone. It's kind of an interesting song. You can kind of tell visually there's just kind of a kick drum going, some percussion, bass, electrics, acoustics, and then a lead and then a little bit of background vocals at the end of the song here. And as always, if you want to mix along with the stream here today, the link at the top of the chat or at the top of the description, you can download the multi-tracks for the song completely for free. And you can mix along with the stream here, or you can just download them, use them for your own mixing practice on your own time. Completely free. Nice resource to grab if you just need some extra practice mixing. Everything is kind of set up here in the session. There's a couple things missing that I deleted that I probably won't use, like the snare plate that I usually have and things like that. I do have the mix bus processing set up here and ready to go. So the console shaper, just running the drive at 0. I've been looking at maybe grabbing the other PreSonus console shapers as well. I think they have an SSL style one, so it might be something I grab in the future. Their SSL style bus compressor, the Britcomp, still haven't switched to the actual SSL one. Maybe we'll experiment with that later, but 2-to-1 ratio, 30 millisecond attack, 100 millisecond release, and a dB of makeup, because we're probably going to do maybe 2 dB of reduction with this thing. At the end of my Mix A chain is the tape machine, so I have my Mix A and Mix B, and those run into my mix bus, but Mix A is like my pseudo mix bus here. I run the soft tube tape machine pretty close to stock settings here, 5.1 B type, because it gives me more bottom end warmth, and then 30 inches per second there. This sends into the Mix B here, which we'll talk about later if I end up using that. And then the actual mix bus that both of these run into just has a limiter bumping the volume up by 6 dB into a negative 1 dB ceiling. This is a little bit of mastering style limiting that I run on my mix bus, and then you can see my actual main out is pulled down 6 dB. So I get that mastering style limiting while I'm mixing, so there's no surprises when I send this to the mastering session, but I'm not listening at that really loud level that's going to fatigue my ears faster. So that's our mix bus settings. We're going to pull up the kick drum here and get started on this track, kind of see what we can do here. So kind of a weak sounding kick drum. Doesn't look like we need the limiter right off the bat. So I'm going to move that to the end of the chain for the moment. I want to reorient this kick drum a little bit. Okay. So for me, this first EQ here is going to be tone shaping on the kick drum. I'm going to keep the release fast here, even though it's, kind of half note kick drums here. I could lengthen the release, but I don't want to tighten the sound. I kind of want the bottom end to bloom here. Getting some nice attack out of it for sure. So now I have a fresh EQ here that I'm going to use as if I was just EQing this kick drum normally. So our first one here is a little bit of tone shaping because I want this kick drum to be big and I want it to bloom. So having all this kind of fundamental that's like really high around 150, and there's this weird mid-range stuff going on, and then there was only clack at 5K. So this is just some tone shaping. And I want to bring in the actual EQ from my kick chain there is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to just grab this so I can pull it over. That's not bad there. A little bit of click on the top. Just all the way up. Now let's see if we can get the bottom end right here. That feels much better bottom end wise. And I'm curious, I like to usually boost top end before, but if we come like... I think I do want to do that. I do want to do that before. So I'm going to grab this top band here. We're at 9K and doing 24 because I want to be able to use this as a shelf. I apologize. You'll probably hear the air turning on and off here throughout the stream. So there's either that. I actually don't mind that at the end of the chain. All right, so let's listen to our before and after. This is probably going to be super, super drastic here. So there's our before. There's our after. So tone shaping first here, getting rid of where the fundamental was kind of focused and shifting that over. So you can see I've carved out a spot here where I want the fundamental to be. So it hits you in the chest. There was some funkiness in the mid-range, some kind of mid-range clack I didn't want. And then where the click was super, super specific. So I carved that out a little bit. So as I boost top end, it's going to be more even. Then we've got compression here, tightening it up a little bit, but I left the release long so that the kick has room to bloom, but more adding attack with this. Then we have our guy adding top end here, lots of click and a little bit of high mid attack. And then end of the chain here, boosting a ton of bottom end to get that fundamental focused around the 80 area, and then using a shelf to boost very even top end. I don't think this limiter is doing anything. No, it's not. Now, it is just kick drum here, but I'm curious. No. And same thing there. Sometimes it's nice to have the little bit of ambience from the snare and the tom mics. I'm going to disable and hide those. Overheads, let's take a look at these guys next. There was a little bit of ringing going on. Our mono room. So this is why I always print the mono room. The mono room is literally just the vocal mic and the booth that sits in front of the kit. But look where the fundamental is on the mono room. It's at 80, where I had to like resculpt the actual kick drum to sound. There's a ring somewhere. Now that top end is something we could probably blend back in. Let's see. I like it. I like the top end there. It's a little rattly. And there's our Bricasti. Now our kick drum feels big. That's what I was searching for the whole time there on that kick drum. All right, I'm gonna skip the percussion for the moment and let's look at the bass. This feels like the Univox. I don't know if you can see the no, you can't. There's a bass wall over here with our basses hanging. There's a P bass, a jazz bass. There's a Rickenbacker, and then there's a Univox, which is a violin style bass. The violin style bass, the Univox has a ton of mid range in it. Also feels like you can hear the click bleeding through on it. It's really even, but I do want to hit it pretty hard. So that's that kind of mid-range, I don't know, like knock or whatever you want to call it there on the bass, that Univox. A little bit of top, but mainly I want to control the bottom end here and get it really even. So I'm gonna use the multi-band here. 180 hertz and below, 20:1 ratio, fast attack, fast release. And lately, something I've been doing is actually using the band above to grab some And then I do have an extra here. To distort if need be. I do want to look at just the bottom real quick. That's feeling pretty good so far. Let's add some... I think I'm going to go acoustic guitar. I think this is the main instrument for the song. Yeah, running all the way through. So I've boosted some top end here on the acoustic. I'm actually going to pull in a multi-band to try and control that a little bit. This is just 1K and above. This is my guitar tamer preset. I don't know why 45 feels right on this track. I don't want to get too crazy with the top end boost here, especially because of this high part on the piano. It could get a little bit sketchy sounding. That's feeling pretty good. Let's add this. That guitar I probably want to add last. Let's add this other guitar here. These two will kind of work in pairs. Love this compressor on electric guitar. There's some ringing frequencies on this. I want to see if Soothe will catch those. Nope, not quite. All right, got a little too honed in on some of those ringing frequencies there. There was just one main one that I kind of wanted to get out, and it was just in the mid range there. I kept hearing one kind of ring on the first chord of the verse, but I couldn't really find it, so it must not be too big of an issue there. Just 12 dB down at around 923 there. Let's move over to its partner here. Got too crazy about a little bit of mid range. Same thing, if I'm doing too big of a boost like that on the top end, I like to have this multi-band here, at least as a safety. Same frequency ringing, actually. I hear it, so I'm gonna try and find that one more time. I'll have to talk about that panning trick there in a second, too. I don't know what that is. I might be getting too focused on it. Never mind, now it's gone. Don't take it that much high. Sometimes going too high with uh, the um, the peak to try and find it can for sure throw you off there. It was that ended up just soloing that frequency to find it. Thank you though. All right, now we have this guitar here that I think we're gonna make a verb guitar. So controlling some of that top end, some of that harshness there with the multi-band before we throw like a big verb on it. And let's grab the concert hall, kind of see what that does. That seems really, really sweet there on that kind of verb guitar. I like that so far, and that's something we can blend better with the vocal in, but I'm happy with where that's sitting. It sounds pretty sweet. Appreciate your work. Well, thank you very much. That's a very nice comment. Thank you. The other thing we have to blend here that's kind of just like a little bit of glue is this pad. I talk about this all the time because all the songs lately I've been mixing, this pad ends up in the song somehow, and it's just I think it's like a fifth that he played on the guitar with just a long tail on it. So all I'll do is I'll just grab it and I'll tune it to the song to kind of get it sounding the way I want it to. A little bit of movement with the Fairchild style compressor is kind of nice as well. Maybe some top on it. A little bit of air too, a little bit of noise. Kind of cool. So it's really subtle, but hear how you miss it when it's gone. It's just this light bed that we can lay under the song. It's a really, really cool thing that I just like to blend in. All right, I think we've got everything except for the vocals and the percussion in. So let's kind of see where we're sitting here at this final chorus. We'll start mixing the vocal in. All right, lead vocal is next here. I did go through and kind of push up the verb a little bit more on the kick drum. As I was listening to this final chorus here with everything in, albeit not the vocals yet, it did feel a little bit small still. So I pushed up that reverb, the kind of room reverb that's on the kit there, on the kick and the overheads at least. About a couple dB there, maybe 3 dB. And it gave the kick a little bit more life and a little bit more ambience to it. It made it feel bigger as well, which is what I want. It's just that half note kick drum. Bass felt good there. I might see about blending in some of the distortion as we get towards the end of the mix here, but I feel like everything's good. I don't know if I want to add reverb to the instruments. I kind of like them a little bit drier. We'll see. But vocals next here. The setup I've got going for the lead vocal, I do have Soothe on the bus here, but it's not doing anything yet. It's just set at 0. So that's something I'll adjust. But I like having it there to at least mix into. So if there is something really, really crazy, resonance-wise on the vocal, Soothe will catch that even just at 0.
Send me love through the telephone. I don't care if I don't see you. I'll feel right at home with you and give it here. Send me love through the telephone. I don't care how far between us. Oh, I'll be here.
Cool, looking at the biggest,
Oh, I'll be here.
the loudest note to set the compressor.
Now I tried to get on from. Send me love through the telephone. I don't care if I don't see you. I'll feel right at dawn light smiling on a sleepy little me. Send me love through the telephone. I don't care if I don't see you. I'll feel right at home with you and send me love through the telephone. I don't care if I don't see you. I'll feel right at home with you. I don't care if I don't see you. I don't care if I don't see you. I'll feel right at home with you and I don't care if I don't see you, I'll be right at home. I don't care if I don't see you, I'll be right at. I don't care if I don't see you, I'll be right at.
Moved the DS or the multiband down frequency wise a little bit. The S's were dipping actually towards 3K there.
Send me your love through the telephone. I don't care if I don't see you, I'll be right at home with you and give it here. Send me your love through the telephone. I don't care how far between us, won't leave you alone, it's my word. Oh, send me your love through the telephone. Send me your love through the telephone. I don't care if I don't see you, I'll be right at. Send me your love through the telephone. I don't care if I don't see you, I'll be right at home with you. Send me your love through the telephone. I don't care if I don't see you, I'll be right at home. Send me your love through the telephone. I don't care if I don't see you, I'll be right at home with you and give it here. Send me your love through the telephone. I don't care how far between us, won't leave you alone. Send me your love through the telephone. I don't care if I don't see you, I'll be right at home with you and give it here. Send me your love through the telephone. I don't care.
Just some super high harmony. Oh my good lord.
Send me your love through the telephone. I don't care if I don't see you, I'll be right at home. Send me your love through the telephone. I don't care if I don't see you. Send me your love through the telephone. I don't. Send me your love through the telephone. I don't care. Send me your love through the telephone. I don't care if I don't see you, I'll be right at home with your words. Send me your love through the telephone. I don't care if I don't. Send me your love through the telephone. I don't care. Send me your love through the telephone. I don't care if I don't see you, send me your love through the telephone. I don't care if I don't see you, I'll be right at home with you tonight. Send me your love through the telephone. I don't care if I don't see you, I'll be right at home with you and give it here. Send me your love through the telephone.
They feel bright enough, but we'll see here as we blend them into the mix.
You're my light, be with me tonight. Send me your love. Be with me tonight. Send me your love through the telephone. I don't care if I don't see you. I'll feel right at home with your word. Give it here. Send me your love through the telephone. I don't care if I'm between us. Won't leave you alone. It's my word. Oh, send me your love.
All right, I'm feeling really, really good about that. There's no effects on the vocals or anything yet. We're going to start dialing those in here now, but where everything is sitting, I'm pretty happy with this harmony that only comes in at the end being really, really huge. It's been bothering me the whole time. So we're just going to trim that out. Let's briefly look if there's anything else that hangs over. This piano hangs over, so let's just get rid of that. And then the bass hangs over on the intro. So do all of the drums. We can probably move the start point up a little bit as well. Let's kind of move it to there at least, just to see where we end up. This tambourine, as we kind of mix that in, it's going to be really, really loud. So I'm just going to knock it down 9 dB or so, just so it's nothing crazy. We'll have this effect that we'll get to mix in as well in a second, but I do want to get, I think, the vocal effects in, but maybe I'll just throw like the tambourine up and we'll get the compression set on it. Apologize for the little bit of noise you hear going on upstairs. We're getting the main level floors redone. Cool, so that's the tambourine. A little bit of that 3K area, about 3 dB reduction, gives it a little bit snap, a little bit of energy. Here's our shaker. I'm going to do kind of the same thing to the shaker. Same thing, and then a little bit of this 3K area. To me, that's the percussion sound, that 3K, 3.2K on the Neve. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The snaps. Same thing, that little 3K area. And then our ring here. This is just our little effect that I've always hoped Apple doesn't copyright. And that's all that is there. So let's kind of get effects on the vocal. So I'm going to loop the first verse here to get the lead vocal effects in.
I remember how it used to be. Don't like smiling on a sleepy little me. And I'd fall. I remember how it used to be. I'd fall into a fitful dream. I remember how it used to be. Dawnlight smiling on a sleepy little me, and I'd fall into a fitful dream as I lay with your words. I remember how it used to be. Dawnlight smiling on a sleepy little me, and I'd fall into a fitful dream as I lay.
Okay, that feels pretty good. I'm going to start blending in. There's this quarter note delay, which is just a quarter note on each side for the tempo, which is 120. But what I've done, I'm using the splitter tool in Studio One to get access to the left channel and the right channel. And then I've taken this quarter note delay and split it off by about 10 milliseconds on each side. So 500 milliseconds is our quarter note. And then on the left side, we're at 490. And on the right side, we're at 510. So each side's split off by about 10 milliseconds, which gives us the illusion that it's stereo, or illusion, it makes it stereo, so they're not both the same and just ending up in the middle. A little bit of feedback on each side, and then rolling off everything below 300 and everything above 3K. And then at the end, at the very, very end of this, I have a compressor that's side chaining from the vocals here. So as the vocal is going, this kind of crazy quarter note delay will be tucked back in the mix, and then it'll come up in between vocal lines to fill in the gaps.
I remember how it used to be. Dawnlight smiling on a sleepy little me, and I'd fall into a fitful dream as I lay with your words. I remember how it used to be. Dawnlight smiling on a sleepy little me, and I'd fall into a fitful dream as I lay with your words. I remember how it used to be. Dawnlight smiling on a sleepy little me, and I'd fall into a fitful dream as I lay with your words. I remember how it used to be. Dawnlight smiling on a sleepy little me, and I'd fall into a fitful dream as I lay with your words. I remember how it used to be. Dawnlight smiling on a sleepy little me, and I'd fall into a fitful dream as I lay. I remember how it used to be. Dawnlight smiling on a sleepy little me, and I'd fall. Now you know the way I tend to be. I'm always caught up in the city. I'd wake into the afternoon and drag myself out of an empty room, and I pray that you'd remember me sometime. This time it was different. I'd wake into the afternoon and drag myself out of an empty room, and I pray you'd remember me sometime. This time it was different. This time send me a love through the telephone. I don't care if I don't see you. I'll feel right at home with you and give it here. Send me a love through the telephone. I don't care how far between us. Won't leave you alone. Empty room, and I pray that you'd remember
right, I'm going to try and blend in a little bit of verb on the backgrounds here. And that would just be this. This is just the flat plate preset from inside of PreSonus Studio One's Room Reverb. And then I've just dialed up the length to about 6 seconds. This is just a preset I've literally just stolen from like old Joe Gilder videos. This is like one of the things he always put on his background vocals. So I just snagged it and it's been in my template ever since. So we're going to dial this up. We might shorten it. We'll see here. So just sending from our backgrounds to this. I am going to blend in, I think, a little bit of the bass distortion track. I'm going to try and blend it maybe in this last chorus, but my concern is how it will sound in the quieter sections of the song, so I might just go do that, blend it in the quieter sections of the song, and see if we can get a little bit more energy out of the bass, top end wise, but I don't want to create a distorted bass.
I remember how it used to be. Don't let smoke fall into a fitful. I remember how it used to be. Don't let smiling on a sleepy little me, and I'd fall into a fitful dream as I lay. I remember how it used to be.
That's enough right there, probably.
Don't let smiling at me alone through the telephone. I don't care if I don't see you, I'll feel right at home with you. Word, give it here. Send me your love through the telephone. I don't care how far between us, I'll leave you alone. It's my word. Oh, I'll be here. I'll be here. Right here. No, don't leave me alone.
Cool. All right, so let's get the referencing going. I'm happy with, I think, everything in the track, in the mix so far. The verb sounds good on the backgrounds. You notice I did go in and trimmed off the beginning. There was like a lot of mouth noise going on before the background vocals came in. Everything else looks okay. We trimmed everything to start. So let's kind of see where we're going to sit reference-wise. I have 2 tracks here to reference against. For the time being, I'm going to mute the harmony and the background vocals, because my main concern, obviously, is going to be the lead vocal with the reference track. The harmony doesn't matter, and the backgrounds don't matter. If we get the lead vocal right, it's easy enough to kind of move that thinking, that philosophy over to the harmony and the background vocals and blend those against our lead. But we're not going to be too crazy far off, I don't think, from our reference tracks here. If we are, that means our ears are shot from mixing this long. Where we at? Hour 8, so nothing too crazy here. I'm going to turn on this EQ here, and we're going to look at the super, super lows first. So 50 hertz and below. We'll check our bottom end, our kick drum, and our bass guitar. If you are listening on subs or bigger speakers, this is going to get a little bit loud as we check the bottom end here. We are going to flip to mono as well. So if you have subs, bear in mind, this is going to be super, super loud here as we check the bottom end, so maybe dial your speakers back a little bit. But 50 hertz and below first, kind of check in our kick drum here to see where it's sitting. All right, bass feels good. Kick drum feels like it's lacking down there, but I want to hear where the fundamental's sitting on the kick drum before I start boosting more bottom. Okay, I'm happy with the fundamental. Now let's get our sub area right on the kick. Much better. Just a dB lift at about 30 hertz there. That feels great. So now we're going to jump to the super, super highs. I like to kind of keep my ears fresh by not just... I used to just move up the frequency range with the EQ trick as we're referencing. But my ears would kind of get too used to everything too fast. So I like to jump from the super lows to the super, super highs here now. Let's see where we're sitting here up at the top. Could actually probably pull back some of the top end on the kick. Top end on the vocal sounds great as well. Cool, our instruments feel great too. Let's keep moving down here and see where we're sitting. 5K to 10K here now. That feels really good. I'm happy with that. That's awesome. All right, 2K to 5K now. See where we're sitting here. adding a little bit to the lead vocal there. But the instruments sound great, so I'm happy with those. We're going to move down 1K to 2K. All of our electrics are a little thick here. That feels better because we've still got background vocals to stick in, so can't take up all the space. Could go with or without that little bump there, but everything else sounds fine. The instrument sounded good there. 200 to 500 now. Cool, so a little bit of mid-range on the kick there as well. That might help it feel bigger and more ambient inside the track as well. So all right, I'm happy with that. That sounds really, really great. So we're going to come back down now. Let's see where we're sitting. We'll put everything back in.
Send me your love through the telephone. I don't care if I don't see you. I'll feel right at home with you. Give it here. Send me your love through the telephone. I don't care if I'm between us. Won't leave you alone. It's my word. Oh, I'll be here. I'll be here. Send me your love through the telephone. I don't care if I don't fitful dream as I lay with your words. I'd wake into the afternoon and drag myself out of an empty room.
Is there a video on mastering on your channel? If so, say mastering twice. I don't know English. Okay. Mastering. It's actually one of probably, I don't know, one of my most recent videos. You can scroll back. But yeah, there is a recent video on mastering on my channel. So mastering.
And I pray that you'd remember me sometime. This time it was different this time. Send me your love through the telephone. I don't care if I don't see you out at home with you. Give it here. Oh, I'll be here. Now you know the way I tend to. Now you know the way I.
Okay, just quickly, before we do final listens through the song, let me talk about the automation trick going on the one rhythm guitar. So what I'm doing with this one rhythm guitar, the electric rhythm, is that during the verses, it's panned 50%. So you can see our acoustic is panned almost 50% to the left. So during the verses, this rhythm electric is panned 50% to the right. So they kind of work as a pair during the verses. And then the chorus comes and it pans out wide. So when we get to our chorus, then our electrics are panned wide. These work as a pair, and then our piano works as the partner to the acoustic. So in the verses, our pair is this acoustic and this electric. And then we get to our choruses, the electrics work as a pair, and the acoustic and the piano work as a pair as the piano comes in during the chorus section. So that's kind of a little bit of an energy lift as well as we get into the chorus. We have our percussion and stuff that comes in as well, our tambourine. And then as we get to our second chorus, you can see we're just throwing everything in there. Our snaps come in, our harmony comes in, our background vocals come in. Everything's in there in the second chorus, but just a little bit of build here in the first chorus with the panning, and our other electric comes in as well as the piano. That's our little bit of production you can see as we go through the song here. I think everything is feeling good, so I'm going to come back to the beginning of the song, and I'm going to put the main fader up to 0. Oh, before I do, let's mess with the mix B. So I'm going to go back to this final chorus one more time, and we're going to look at our parallel chain here. So from the mix bus, from mix A, I'm sending full signal into this mix B, which has a Neve 33609 style compressor on it, and then an EQ after it that's boosting some 60 and boosting some 7. It's giving us a little bit more bottom end and a little bit more top end, so some extra heat and energy on our track. The 33609 style compressor, this classic comp, is doing about 7 to 10 dB reduction, so really slamming the track. 2-to-1 ratio and 100 millisecond recovery, but I'm adding about 8 dB of gain at the end of it to make up for the amount of compression we're doing here. So I'm going to loop this last chorus, and we're going to blend in this super compressed version of the entire mix.
Send me your love through the telephone. I don't care if I don't see you. I'll feel right at home with you. Give it here. Send me your love through the telephone. I don't care if I don't see you. I'll feel right at home with you. Send me your love through the telephone. I don't care if I don't see you. I'll feel right at home with you. Giving me your love through the telephone. I don't care if I don't see you. I'll feel right at home with you. Send me your love through the telephone. I don't care if I don't see you. I'll feel right at.
A lot of times I end up at -20 with it. I always think about just parking this at -20 and just turning it on when I need it, but that's where we are. So back to 0 on the main fader. We're going to do a full listen through of this track here. So I'm going to bring the volume on the stream down because I'm bumping everything up on the master fader here to do a full listen through of the track. And let's see where we're sitting. I'm going to listen all the way through on headphones once, and if there's any little tweaks, we'll make them. And then I'm going to listen one more time all the way through on the mains here in the room.
I remember how it used to be. Dawnlight smiling on a sleepy little me, and I'd fall into a fitful dream as I lay with your words. I'd wake into the afternoon and drag myself out of an empty room, and I'd pray that you'd remember me sometime. This time it was different this time. Send me a love through the telephone. I don't care if I don't see you, I'll feel right at home with you and give it here. Send me a love through the telephone. I don't care how far between us, won't leave you alone, it's my word. Oh, I'll be here. Now you know the way I tend to be. I'm always caught up in the simplest things. I want everything with you to be easy, but I freeze up and you've gotta push me in. Always gotta push me in. Yeah, I tried to get on from you. I tried to just start believing it's too good to be true, but I lost that special thing that made me smile each night. You're my light, be with me tonight. Send me a love through the telephone. I don't care if I don't see you, I'll feel right at home with you and give it here. Send me a love through the telephone. I don't care how far between us, won't leave you alone, it's my word. Oh, I'll be here. I'll be here. Right here. No, don't leave me alone. I still love, just send me love.
All right, that sounded great. I think I made one tweak. I pulled the background vocals down just a touch, and I pushed the harmony up just a touch. I think everything else I left, if I'm not mistaken. I think everything else was okay. But we're going to listen all the way through one more time here now on the mains here in the room. It sounded really, really good on headphones. Balances felt great, except for the two little tweaks I made there. So we're going to listen through one more time on the mains here in the room, and then we are going to call this thing done.
I remember how it used to be. Dawnlight smiling on a sleepy little me, and I'd fall into a fitful dream as I lay with your words. I'd wake into the afternoon and drag myself out of an empty room, and I'd pray that you'd remember me sometime. This time it was different this time. Send me a love through the telephone. I don't care if I don't see you, I'll feel right at home with you and give you. I tried to just stop believing it's too good to be true, but I lost that special thing that made me smile each night. You're my light, be with me tonight. Send me your love through the telephone. I don't care if I don't see you, I'll feel right at home with your word. Give it here. Send me your love through the telephone. I don't care how far between us, won't leave you alone. It's my word. Oh, I'll be here. I'll be here. Right here. No, don't leave me alone. I still love, just send me love.
All right. I'm really happy with that. That sounded great there on the final playthrough. The only thing I was like, I kind of wanted the harmony to be in the first chorus, but I like the way it builds into the second chorus there. So I'm pretty happy with that. We are going to call that there. As always, if you want to mix along with the stream here, the link at the top of the chat or at the top of the description, you can download these multi-tracks completely for free. The song is called Telephone. And there's tons and tons of other multi-tracks on that page as well, with links back to all the streams, so you can download any of the multi-tracks you want completely free, and you can go back to any of the streams, so you can follow along with each of the streams and mix these songs along with me, or you can just download any of those multi-tracks for your own mixing practice. No charge at all there. That's it for this one. We are going to call it there. I'm really, really happy with how that came out there. That sounds really, really cool. The kick drum was nice and big. The vocal sat nicely. It had some ambience behind it. Thank you so much for joining me for another weekly mixing stream, and I will see you in another one very, very soon.